welcome back, my friends. I have book mail! I am so excited. It feels like it's been years since I made a book haul video, which honestly probably has been. And also, I've been on a book buying ban for so long, but last week I felt horrible. My chronic pain has been spiking, so I thought I'd get myself a little treat. This is the treat. There should be quite a few books in here. I also went to the bookstore to pick up some new releases. So overall, I am very excited to walk you through all the books I bought last week. Let's start opening them. I almost forgot that I'm definitely gonna need scissors. By the way, before we start, what's your opinion on my new cardigan? Because I absolutely love it. I adore it. It has flowers. It's perfection, although it is quite warm. Let's start with the one bag. This is a German bookstore brand, and there are 2 books in here. So let's start with the first one, because this is the only book of this haul that I've actually already read. Ta-da! We have Rewind It Back, the absolute last book in the Windy City series by Liz Tomford. I read this book 2 days ago, the day it came out. I am very, very happy with it, okay? This was a solid 5 stars. I'm not gonna spoil the book for you, right? That's not why I'm here. But this, again, sports romance, just like all the other books in this series. And this one is about Rio. If you remember from the previous books, Rio is on the ice hockey team, right? And he is just an angel of a person. He's gone on so many first dates to find somebody that he can end up with. He's just looking for something long-term, which honestly, compared to all the other ice hockey sports romances where we have kind of like the player persona, that's not Rio. Rio is a nice sweetheart. And one day Rio gets a new neighbor, and it just so turns out to be his previous neighbor from when they were kids. So Rio then meets this girl again who he used to date. They have a lot of history, and slowly throughout the book you learn why they broke up, and then how they still have that spark between them. It's adorable, it's amazing, it's one of the best things I've read so far this year. I am so glad. Of course, I view this book with kind of like a crying and a laughing eye, because this also meant that the series is over, which I don't want this series to be over. I absolutely loved this series. Everything's got to be over. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a novella for this as well. If you know, you know. I'm pretty sure that we're gonna find out soon enough. But I also really liked the female main character, Hallie. She was also amazing, and I enjoyed her. Overall, this entire thing was so cool, and I am so glad to have it in my possession. Finally. You don't even know how long I've waited for this, but it can go right there up on the shelf and stick with its brothers and sisters. I loved this series. Shouldn't have worn the cardigan, I'm already sweaty. The second book that I got is The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings, who, if you don't know, also wrote the Magnolia Park series. I didn't know that she wrote another book. Either I've been living under a rock, or nobody's talking about it. I don't know which one it is, but I've not heard about it. I've also not read it, obviously. Now, with Magnolia Parks, wasn't the biggest fan, but I loved the Daisy Hates books, so my hopes are actually high, because it's not that the writing was bad in Magnolia Parks, it's just that I absolutely despised the characters. With this one, because it's about new people, I have high hopes. So this is about Georgia Carter, who is also like estranged from her parents. As far as I know, this is kind of like a rich guy, poor girl situation. I'm not sure. And I'm pretty sure this is also a love triangle, because she meets her brother again and his AA sponsor, which I'm pretty sure stands for Anonymous Alcoholics. If it doesn't, I'm sorry. But that sponsor's name is Sam, and then she starts liking Sam, but then she figures out that her brother, Oliver, also kind of likes Sam. And so I think that's the struggle of this book. I mostly picked it up because, again, these covers. I don't know why they changed the Magnolia Parks covers to those ugly new ones. These ones. You can't tell me that these are pretty. These are the worst. These are the covers we want to see. Cool artwork. This looks like it was done in oil. It looks like an oil painting, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. I have absolutely no idea I will like the book. I'm pretty sure I will. Even if I don't, it will just look pretty, and that's its entire purpose in life. It's a win for me already. And honestly, I'm just here for a good time, so I'm hoping that this will be good. If you've read it, please tell me, right? I want to know, I need to know, kind of. It's important to me that I know if these books are any good. So if you've read any of the books that I ordered in this haul, please tell me. And also tell me which one I should read next, because I cannot afford my TBR to grow anymore. It's at a limit. My shelves are full. I don't even have space for these books, but we're just gonna move on because that's not a topic I want to get into right now. Let's go with my international order. My Waterstones package got here, and we're just gonna rip it open. Hold on, this is the most satisfying part. I don't even know how to do this properly. It's gonna be horrible. I told you it was gonna be horrible. Dang it. Got it. That was not satisfying at all. Look at this. You already know what's in here. I don't even think anybody is worried about what's in here. The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillick. This is probably my most anticipated fantasy release of this year. I loved One Dark Window, and I loved how it was just different. So I am super, super excited for this book. I, of course, got the Waterstones Spridettes edition, which I just needed to own because it's gorgeous, because it's pretty. I can't wait. All right. I bought this without having a single clue what it's about, but I'm gonna look it up for you to convince you to also buy this book, even though I haven't read it yet. But I know it's gonna be good. I just know it. From what I understand, our female main character traded 9 years of her life to be kind of like a prophet of sorts who can see the future, who has visions of the future, and she lives inside this huge cathedral, right? And she does this so that she could have a nicer life afterwards. So she has all these visions, and then this night comes to this place when her 9 years are almost over, and suddenly all the other people who have the visions, they start to disappear, and she's trying to figure out what happened and if he's the problem. I don't know yet, but that's the most interesting part, is I don't know yet, and I am so happy that this is finally in my possession and that I can read it. I don't think I've ever been so jealous of the people who get their arcs. I know it's kind of my fault because I don't sign up for arcs because I don't think I can stomach that, because I am actually writing a master thesis right now. But at the same time, I'm just super stoked for this book, and everyone who's gotten the arc has been so excited about it, has loved it, and so I am pretty sure that I will love it too. And please, if you've already read it, tell me about it, but not too much. I don't want to be spoiled, but I am so excited. Like, I'm probably gonna read this tonight. No questions asked. Just gonna pick it up, read it, and have it become my entire personality. So yeah, I am happy. This is probably the best package that came, right? It just is. Let's get into this one. This is another German bookstore brand. I've been debating for weeks if I wanted to get the book, and now I'm finally actually doing it. We have The Rose Bargain. This is the UK special edition. However, it's just the UK print edition, right? We, in Europe, we get the UK editions if we get the English editions. So that's what this is. It is stunning, right? It even has like art everywhere. I am happy to have this in my possession. I've heard good things about it. I don't think I would have bought it if it wouldn't have been just 12 bucks. Of course I had to get it. For a hardcover, that's like a steal. Also with this one, the storyline sounds just up my alley. We are kind of in like a Regency era, however with magic. It's the season, if you know you know, Bridgerton, the season, right? And every young girl can give her happiest childhood memory to get a bargain from the queen who has magic and who kind of grants the wishes. However, in this one, our female main character wants to find out what happened to her sister because she disappeared. And then the queen announces that the prince is also looking for a bride. I mean, I'm not foreshadowing here, but it does sound nice, and it does sound like we're gonna have like a selection kind of situation, which I always like that. It just feels right. I love these kinds of books. They always make me happy, so this I am also very excited for. Also, it looks pretty. Like, you can't tell me that you can see this book at the bookstore and be like, no, I'm walking past it. You're not walking past it. All right, and now let's move into the big package. There should be 5 books in here, although we can never be sure. This is not good. That is literally all I needed the scissors for. Is this satisfying? Please be. I mean, kinda. Let's open this up. Ooh, the book fell. It's gonna be fine, baby. You didn't get hurt, that's good. Okay, there are 5 books in here, perfect. I'm taking them all out and then we're going through each one. And we are starting with Wild and Wrangled. I have a story to tell you for this book. I thought I bought this book a few weeks ago at the bookstore. Turns out I bought the second book twice. So I had to return it, and then I actually bought Wild and Wrangled online at the same bookstore because they didn't have this exact edition of the book, and I needed this. I needed them to match. I can't have a different publisher. Like, the covers look the same, I know, but their height is slightly different, and also the book spines just look different, and I didn't want that. I wanted these to look exactly the same, and I wanted them to match, which I don't think is too much to ask for. Wild and Wrangled is the 4th book in the Rebel Blue Ranch series. That's what it's called, right? Yeah, Rebel Blue Ranch. We are following Camilla Ashwood, who has a small kid, and she's supposed to get married. But her fiance, I'm guessing it's a fiance, is it a husband? No, yet, not yet, because he doesn't show up to the wedding. So she's left all alone, she doesn't know what to do. However, there is a house that she can move into, but the issue is the neighbor. Her neighbor is Dusty, who I think has kind of had this obsessed with her since forever thing going on, and he's trying to prove to her that they can just be friends. I'm sure that will work out perfectly, right? That it never works out. But anyway, this is of course a cowboy romance, a cute small town cowboy ranch romance, and I'm here for it. I don't even think we need to talk about it much. The first book in this series is Done and Dusted, which was an absolute hit a few years ago. I loved the entire rest of the series, so I'm definitely sure that I will also love Wild and Wrangled. Like, how could I not? Also, I like this cover. I like these covers. When I first got the series, I felt a little indifferent towards the covers because I didn't really like the art style much. But the more I get into it, the more I enjoy the cover art and the more I actually love it. So I think that's a good thing. And I'm really excited for this book. Literally cannot wait. Might also pick up tonight. I am realizing that most of these books I will pick up tonight probably, which doesn't sound like a great plan because it's only a night, but also it's almost the weekend. So that's amazing. Anyway, Wild and Wrangled. And then the last few books. Hold on, let me sort them. This is a book series that I ordered. Yes, I have not read the first book, but I already got book 1, 2, 3, and 4 because I have issues. Let's move on to the books I got. So, if I am messing up the series order, I'm sorry. However, I think the first book is A Deal with the Devil. I'm pretty sure that all these books are like grumpy male main character who's kind of rich and fun, cute, quirky female main character, which I'm here for. All the romance books follow the same kind of guidelines and I like it. I'm here for it. I'm not looking for something new, I'm looking for something comfortable, and that's probably this. In this book, our female main character is working with who she calls the devil, who is just this playboy guy in Hollywood, and she has to work for him for 6 weeks, kind of like an internship, I believe. But apparently he has a soft heart that was broken years ago, and I'm pretty sure that she's gonna fix it. I bought this entire series purely because I wanted to read the last book. That's it. But anyway, let me move on to book 2, which is The Devil and the Deep Blue Sea, which is a brothers romance. That came out wrong. So she goes on vacation with her ex because they've already booked it, and with her ex's family. And the one person who's always hated her is her ex's brother. So the trope I was looking for was ex-boyfriend's brother, not brothers. That's not it. Ex-boyfriend's brother. Like, honestly, I love these kind of shenanigans going on. Ex-boyfriend's brother, ex-boyfriend's dad. Weirdly enough, tropes I love. Very here for it. I think in this one, she's gonna have to battle with this brother who hates her. I think in reality, he's always just liked her, but his brother was faster, so now he's angry at himself, and he lets her feel it. That's just me, though, as a professional romance reader. That's what I'm getting out of the book. However, I'm very excited to read it, because, again, still waiting for the 4th book. The 3rd one is The Devil You Know, which is, I think, kind of a workplace romance. I'm so sorry about the birds outside, okay? I live in nature. You're gonna have to live with it. They have to work together, right? They're actually colleagues and they hate each other. Well, she hates him because he's smug and the devil. And so they start working together and they actually have to communicate more, and they probably will figure out, that's not what the back says, but they probably will figure out that they're actually not that different, and that he also has like a soft heart in the middle that is kind of like mushy and that she will just mold into right away. And I'm here for it. Grumpy men with hard shells and soft interiors, it's my weak point. However, only if they're written. And now to the reason why I bought this entire series. The devil gets his due. I don't even know where I saw this. It was probably on TikTok or something where I was just scrolling and I saw like one single sentence out of the book and I was like, yes, I need this. I was debating to read just this book and then nothing else, but I then opted for getting the entire series because I am a maniac. This book follows the idea of what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So these two accidentally got married in Vegas. Well, at least for her it was kind of accidentally. However, she wanted to forget about it and just annul it, be fine with it. However, she turns out to be pregnant, which I'm sorry, I'm a sucker for the accidental pregnancy trope. I love it. You can't tell me that you don't love it when it's done well. There are books, series, where the pregnancy isn't the main plot line, and then it's completely useless. I hate it, right? If it's just an excuse to move on to new people, absolutely despise it. If it's the main plot point, love it. Give me more of it. This one I am extremely excited about just because the preface sounds good, because it's an accidental pregnancy, but also marriage, accidental marriage book, trope, whatever. Honestly, I like these kinds of stories because these always have great chemistry, and the issue is just them finding to each other, and I love that about them. That is the last book of today's book haul. Technically, I also went book shopping a few weeks ago, and I also bought new books then. For example, Do You Ship It is a book that my mom got me. She went to the bookstore, she walked up to the person at the register, and she was like, okay, give me a relatively new book that is romance and that just came out, because my daughter has literally every other book on her shelf. So she got me this, and I've not heard of it before. This is, by the way, of the same author who also wrote The Kissing Booth, so it's kind of like a young adult romance where she wants to date somebody, then she gets a dating coach, and then she falls for the dating coach, I assume. Maybe she doesn't fall for the dating coach, that would be fun. But usually she falls for the dating coach because she tries to change herself, and then while changing herself she realizes that she actually doesn't want to change for anybody. I'm interpreting way too much into this book already without even knowing anything about it, but that's what I'm going at. Anyway, this also exists and it's pretty new on my shelf. Well, anyway, I don't know. Sometimes books just disappear in my room because I lose track. Because this is only half of the shelf that you see. There's another half over there if you haven't seen that one at all. Maybe that's better this way. That way I don't seem like a person with an actual problem, and my problem just seems mediocre. But if you walk into my room, all you see is books. So it can be described as an issue, however, I'm calling it a hobby. So anyway, that was the book haul. I hope you enjoyed it. It's been a while for me since I filmed one, but I always love them. I don't think that I always have to buy a bajillion books to film a book haul. Like, this was a solid 10 books and it was fun and I liked it. Honestly, some of these packages have been lying around for 2 to 3 days because I wanted to unbox them all together. A few of these books were pre-orders, so overall, I'm pretty glad about this, okay? I'm kind of proud that I didn't go all out, which probably would have been bad for me for the next few weeks because I do need to eat. However, I'm just happy to sit here and blab about the books that I got because I am excited. And I've recently realized that making book content is literally for me. I want to blab about books for like an undisclosed amount of time, and that's what this is. This is me sharing my love for these books with you. That's fun. If you want to see more of me blabbing about books and you haven't subscribed already, what are you doing? Click the button, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and I will see you very soon. Bye! I need to show you something that is very important to me and I hate it. I don't know if anyone except for me realized this, but let's put this entire series up on a pile. Can you see that? Why is this book different? All of these look exactly the same, and then Play Along is just completely messed up. It makes me so angry that I was thinking of hiding the book because even the front doesn't match up. It's just horrible. Who was on that team? Who did this? Please, if you did this, don't tell me because I will be angry with you. Because me being angry at people is actually not fun. Not fun. I can't hold a grudge for pretty long. I'm gonna put these back on that shelf and then I'm gonna try and find space for the other books. But I will see you next time. Bye!